Money is, and always has been, completely arbitrary. Everything, including US dollars, other fiat currencies, and Bitcoin, are based on faith and trust that they have value. Yes, Bitcoin is also vulnerable and based on trust, but it's by far humanity's best try at creating a sound money. The major difference is in the creation and rules of these currencies. Any amount of US dollars is just printed pieces of paper or digital markings in a database. These pieces of paper or markings in a database are essentially free and infinite once the required facilities are established and running. The printing presses and computing infrastructure are funded by the same pieces of paper and digital markings that they create themselves. All this creation of real value took place because people believed that exchanging their expertise for worthless pieces of paper is a worthwhile deal, and this happened on a massive scale as evidenced by humanity's huge economic engine. It's important to note that all this progress would have likely happened regardless of whether we were on unsound or sound money. But on sound money, everything would be better. Institutions and people worldwide are providing valuable services, creating long-lasting assets like cars, houses, and electronics, and then exchanging these valuable things for worthless pieces of paper, which are free to create. All the engineers, doctors, and lawyers receive their salary for their invaluable work in worthless pieces of paper, just because everyone believes they have value and nobody questions anything. But beliefs are subject to change, and humanity's belief in fiat money can change too. It's already happening amongst the intellectually curious and people in need like the ones experiencing war and other crises. Fiat currencies require relatively little energy to create, but Bitcoin does require plenty of energy to be created, just as gold does. Bitcoin consumes about 114 terawatt-hours of energy annually, which is around a fifth of that the traditional financial system and gold mining combined consume globally. Hence, fiat currency contains no energy since its creation doesn't require almost any energy, but the facilities it runs on do. Bitcoin, on the other hand, requires around $50,000 in costs to create a single unit. Hence, fiat contains no energy and Bitcoin does. The supply of fiat currencies is infinite since they are created out of thin air based on demand. Nobody knows how much fiat and fiat assets float around the world, but the estimates fall in the range of 500 to 1,500 trillion US dollars. Prices and growth are difficult and costly to measure in fiat since it's a constantly changing measuring stick, but generally it's always trending to zero in terms of purchasing power over time since fiat currencies are infinite. This also leads to markets looking better than they really are because the underlying denominator is losing value and hence prices are rising, and to an untrained eye it appears like value appreciation. As we know, the supply of Bitcoin is limited to 21 million units, and that limit is protected by strong incentive structures to prevent value dilution of holders. Bitcoin's known and limited supply allows for easy and accurate price and growth measurement, since the total supply of monetary units is known and trivial to retrieve at any time. Calculating prices in a money, the supply of which is unknown, is incredibly impractical and often leads to mispricing, but a money with a known supply allows for accurate pricing based on supply and demand. For almost 20 years, Bitcoin has presented superior monetary properties and unrivaled performance as a free market money, and yet the vast majority of people are blind to the answer to our problems staring us right into our eyes. Bitcoin is a necessary step towards mathematically sound economics worldwide, and eventually everyone will migrate to this standard to avoid being left behind. People who can't migrate on their own will be dependent on people who can. Stack sats and good luck.